有想法就有办法，有办法就不用怕，我们一起到达，是 number one， 强大的企业家，超越表现的力量，我们一起到达，是 number one， 强大的企业家，超越表现的力量。我相信我可以，有目标就往上爬。你相信你可以，勇敢地往前冲吧。有想法就有办法，有办法就不用怕，我们一起到达，是 number one， 强大的企业家，超越表现的力量，我们一起到达，是 number one， 强大的企业家，超越表现的力量。
Hi everyone, very good morning to all of you. Wow, you guys are so early. You guys joined me so early, and I know you want to learn about my secret. Yes, the secret that I will be revealing on techniques to solve tax audit issues. Now, we only have a few more minutes before we start. Yeah, in just about 4 more minutes, we are going to start today's Facebook live session. And today we have a great topic, right? That is on benefits in kind on Motorcar. So if you don't want to miss this, stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. Yeah, don't go anywhere. We are going to start at 11 o'clock sharp. 11 o'clock sharp. We will start, and I will be sharing with all of you on techniques to solve this tax audit issue on benefits in kind. And at the same time, if you are so early, since you're so early, help me do one thing, right? You don't just want to learn this alone, right? You also want your friends, your family, your business partner, business associates to learn this together with you, right? So do one thing for me. Share this Facebook Live out. Share this Facebook Live out by just clicking the share button. Now, if you're viewing it from your phone, you will see the share button below, right? Click that share button so that you can share this out with your friends, right? Or if you're viewing it from the computer, you will also find the share button. Click that share button as well so that you will share this out with your friends, family, business partner, business associates. Or if you have anyone in mind, if you have anyone in your mind right now that you want him or her to learn this together with you, tag his or her name right now in the comment box. Just tag the name into the comment box so that they can come in right now and learn this with you. It's not often that I am revealing my secret here to solve tax audit issues. So we're going to start at 11 o'clock in just a few more minutes, right? So do it right now, tag them, share this out, and we will teach you how to solve tax audit issues, all right? At 11 o'clock. So I'll see you later at 11, right? See you then.
用怕，我们一起到达，是 number one， 强大的企业家，超越表现的力量，我们一起到达，是 number one， 强大的企业家，超越表现的力量。我相信我可以，有目标就往上爬。你相信你可以，勇敢的往前冲吧。有想法就有办法，有办法就不用怕，我们一起到达，是 number one， 强大的企业家，超越表现的力量，我们一起到达，是 number one， 强大的企业家，超越表现的力量。
Hi, a very good morning to all of you. Yes, it's at 11 a.m. It's at 11 a.m. already, and as promised, we will start our Facebook live session right now, and I am going to reveal to you secrets. Yes, I'm going to reveal to you secrets on how to solve tax audit issue. Yes, I will be sharing with all of you techniques to solve tax audit issues. Yeah. Now, so very good morning once again to all of you. My name is Zen Chow. Yeah, people call me the tax guru of YYC. Now, if you're joining us for the very first time, welcome. Yeah, and thanks for joining. Now, you know what? We are just starting. We are just starting. And since you're so punctual, since you're here at 11 o'clock, help me one thing. Help me one thing. You know, it's not often that I reveal secrets on these techniques to solve tax audit issue. So don't let your friends miss this. Yeah, I know you're here where you have taken up this golden opportunity to learn how to solve tax audit issues, but you know, you don't want your friends to miss this such a great session. Yeah, so do me one favor, you know, share this Facebook Live out. Now, if you're viewing it from your phone, you will see at the bottom of your phone, you will see that share button, right? At the bottom of the screen, you see the share button. Click that share button so that you share this out with your friends, your family, your business partner, business associates. Now, if you are viewing it from a computer, you will also find the share button. You also find the share button. Share this out also with your friends, family, business partner, business associates. Or if you say you have anyone in your mind that you want him or her to come in and learn this together with you, just tag the name. Just tag the name in the comment box so that he or she will know that you are going through this Facebook Live, and they'll come in right away to learn this together with you, right? We're just about to start, so it's still not too late to tag your friend's name right now into the comment box, yeah? Because we are going to start right now, and you would learn my secrets, right? My technique on to solve tax audit issue. And today we are going to talk about benefits in kind. Yeah, benefits in kind. All right, so let me just bring this up. Yes, right. We're going to talk about secrets, right, to solve tax audit issues. Now, I know a lot of you here are probably the first timer, or probably you have been joining us for many times. Some of you, yeah, because some of you have been following us, and have been always viewing our Facebook Live and learning our techniques, yeah, to solve tax audit issues. Now, let me just do some interaction with all of you. Yeah, I can see some of you have shared out. You know, this Facebook Live. Like for example, Mei Yun have shared this out. Yeah, and then I have seen. Oh, Cheryl is saying good morning to me. Hi, Cheryl. Good morning to you. Mei Feng also have shout out. Yeah, I see CHT General. Is that how I pronounce you? Good morning to you as well. Yeah, Mei Yun is sharing to more people. Yeah, all right. Simon has shared out also. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing out. Yeah, so you know what? I always like this session to be very interactive. Yeah, I want this session to be very interactive because we are all here to learn. We are all here to learn the techniques to solve tax audit issues. So in the event there's any question, if you have got any questions at all throughout the whole session, feel free to just put your questions into the comment box so that I can answer to your questions. Yeah, feel free to put up your questions because I want this to be very interactive. I do not want this to be a one-sided thing of which only me talking, you know, in front of this camera, in front of this computer, and you know, I've received no response. So make it interactive. Put your comments, put your questions into the comment box from time to time, okay? All right, so let's get things started. Now, I know some of you probably would have been joining us for many times already. Some of you probably joined us for the very first time. So, as usual, this is what I always like to do, yeah? I want to just do a quick survey, you know, are you joining us for the first time, second time, or third time? Like, how many times have you joined us already? Because this is like episode 6 already. You know, this is the 6th episode already. Yeah. Now, if you are joining us for the very first time, can you please put number 1 into the comment box? If this is your second, third, or fourth, or fifth time joining, yeah, put number 2, 3, 4, or even 5. Yeah. If it's the 6th time, if you've been joining us so many times, put number 6. Yeah, put number 6 in comment box because this is the 6th episode already. Yeah. So put into the comment box right now. How many times have you joined us? If this is the first time, put 1. Put 1 into the comment box. If you have joined us for more than one time, again, you can put 2, 3, 4, even 5 or 6. Yeah, let me see how many of you have joined us. You know, for how many times? Wow, I see a lot of ones over here. I see a lot of one. Yeah, like Munway, Rena, Janissa, Gary. Oh, of course, there are some second timers. Yeah, like Lim Siu Wat, like Yu Siu Ha, like who else? Li Feng also joining a second time. Yeah, CH General joining a second time. Cheryl 6 times, very good. Yeah, Cheryl 6 times. Yeah, thank you so much for joining us. Wow, some joining us 3rd time, like Tay Siu Lee. Yeah, most of you 2nd time. Yeah, I see a lot of first timers as well, like Su Fong. Yeah, like Caroline, Yvonne Young. Wow, Louis Law. Wow, okay. Helen, 5th time. Very good. Wow. So you have been joining us 5th time already. So good of you. Okay, I know. You see, if you are joining us for the very first time or even 2nd time and you have missed out our previous episodes, don't worry. Yeah? Don't worry at all because all our techniques, right, that we have done on Facebook Live, I have put it up as video. That means you can actually go to the video session and you can actually find that. Yeah, let me just drink some water. Okay, you can actually go to the video session and you will be able to find, you know, all the videos that we have done previously, and you will be still learning, yeah, all the techniques. The only difference is that you won't be able to ask questions. So I always urge you, join our live session, because you will be able to ask questions during our live session. Wow, so many of you joining us for the very first time. Thank you so much. WLTO say many times already. I cannot count already, right? All right, now those who join us for the very first time, right? And probably you know my name is Zen, right? Zen Chow. People call me the tax guru of YYC. But the fact is that I'm actually the tax director and also the head of tax department for YYC Group. Now you may ask, hey, then who is YYC here? Now who is YYC Group? Let me just briefly introduce to you, right, if you're joining us for the first time. Now, who is YYC? YYC is actually an accounting and advisory firm. We were established since 1974, right? 1974, and our aim, yeah, is to empower entrepreneurial success, yeah. But now, to do that, of course, we have our vision, yeah. YYC's vision is to be the number one world-class accounting and advisory firm in Asia. And our mission is more important. We want to inspire everyone, including yourself, right? Inspire all of you so that you can overcome your odds, unleash your potential. More importantly, you can find fulfillment in your life. That is a very important mission. But to do all that, how can we do so? We uphold our 3 brand promises. Yes, in YYC, we always uphold 3 very important brand promises. And what are they? Yeah, we want to share our expertise. You see, the whole reason why we have today's Facebook Live, the whole reason why we want to share this out, our techniques, our secrets, why do we want to share this out? Because that's one of our brand promises. We want to share our expertise to all of you, everyone out there. And to our clients, we want to show the most proactive care. Now, not just normal care, yeah? Not just normal care. It's proactive care, yeah? Not passive one, but proactive one. Because we want our clients to have the most positive experience with us, yeah? Now, you may think YYC is probably just a normal accounting firm out there, which is wrong, which is not right, yeah? Because normal accounting firm would only offer compliance services like accounting, audit, tax services, yeah? But in YYC, we don't just offer compliance service, we offer much more than that. We have our own advisory arm, yeah? We do a lot of different advisory works, such as strategic planning, succession planning, restructuring, right? Even cloud and digital transformation, right? Which is a hit thing, yeah, right now, yeah? Digital transformation. We have our own business school. We hold a lot of different seminars, workshops, from time to time. And we also serve international clients. Yes, because we have our global business services, right? We serve international clients. We do outsource accounting for them, outsource bookkeeping, even outsource payroll. Now, like I said, YYC was established since 1974, which means we are 46 years old this year, and we call ourselves international firm. Yes, we call ourselves international firm because we don't just have branches in Malaysia, we also have branches in Singapore. Yeah, we have more than 800 employees, more than 20,000 clients, and we have trained more than 120,000 participants throughout all our workshops because we have done more than 5,000 workshops. Yeah, now these are all the awards given to YYC throughout these years. All right, throughout these years. Okay, now so like I said, right, apart from Malaysia, we also have branch in Singapore, and of course in Malaysia, our branches are in Kuala Lumpur, Johor, as well as in Penang. Okay, all right. So now it's enough of introduction. I know you all can't wait. I know you all can't wait to learn, right? To learn our tax audit issue. Now, before I go into this, I need to ask one more question before I go straight into this. Yeah. Now, because I want it to be very interactive. So the question is simple. Do you want to learn my secret, my techniques to solve tax audit issue? If you want to, please put in, say, I want. Put I want into the comment box to show that you want to learn this technique. Yeah, so the question is simple. Do you want to learn my secrets, my techniques to solve tax audit issue? If you want to, put in the comment right now and say, I want. I want to see how many of you. We have close to 200 people right now, right? Viewing from different multiple channels. Yeah, we have close to 200 people. I want to see how many I wants are there, right? If you want to learn, put in I want into the comment box to show that you really want to learn my secret, my technique to solve tax audit issues. So how many of you? Wow, Cheryl, wow, says I want already, the first one. Then I have Jingying, I have Janissa, Tian Tian, Tay Siu Li, Yu Siu Ha, Peng Yong, I have Leipo, well, FSFC Chu, Man Wei, Chui Hua, Caroline. Wow, so many of you won. Mac Teo, Shira, Hui Ming Young, I have Tech B, Sammy Chong, Mei Fong, Lim Siu Wat. Wow, okay, a lot of you really wants to learn my technique, so I don't want to delay further, and let's go in straight. Today, we are going to talk about tax audit and investigation issues number 6, then number 6, episode 6, yeah, and this is about benefits in kind. Yes, benefits in kind on Motorcar. Yeah. Okay. I know a lot of you have probably heard about these kind of benefits. Yeah. What is benefits in kind over here? Right? What is benefits in kind and what is the benefit in kind for Motorcar? Now, let me just give you a very simple example. If you work for a company, and the company let you use the company's car, right? That is a benefit in kind for you, right? Because if you are an employee, the company gives you the company's car to use. You can use it for work. You can use it for your private usage. You can use it during holidays, right? During weekends. That is a benefit in kind to you. Yeah. So that is what we call BIK, benefits in kind. So Motorcar is one of the most common, right? One of the most common benefits in kind that is given to you as an employee, right? By a company. So now, what is the issue over here? What is the issue over here? Now, did you know, if you are a company, and if you give Motorcar, right, to your employee as benefits in kind, yeah, to your employee, did you know that the expenses incurred for the Motorcar, things like the road tax, the insurance, the upkeep, the maintenance, the repair, all the related Motorcar expenses to this car, right, which you have given to your staff as a benefit, it could be not deductible. Yes, it could be not deductible, even though you say, hey, this is a company car. I have spent on, insurance, road tax, upkeep, maintenance, repair, on this car. Why would it be not deductible? Now, then we have to go back to the very basic principle of deductibility. Now, those who have been following on my secrets revealed session, yeah, right, you would always heard from me that, hey, the general principles of deductibility is, for an expense to be deductible in tax, yeah, for tax deduction, you must satisfy subsection 33(1), right? Section 33 sub 1 of the Income Tax Act, right? Then only that expense would be deductible. And section 33 sub 1 actually talks about, for an expense to be deductible, it has to fulfill all these 5 elements, right? It must be an expense, it must be wholly and exclusively incurred for the business, it must be incurred already, that means it's confirmed, it's not just an estimated amount, it must be incurred during the period, and it must be incurred in the production of gross income, right? That means you incur certain expense to generate more income. Now, so this is the general principle of deductibility. So how do we relate this to benefits in kind for a Motorcar? Let's look at what is benefit in kind for a Motorcar first. Now, a lot of people may be still confused with benefits in kind. Now, you see, benefits in kind are actually things that are not convertible into money, even though they have monetary value. Now, a lot of people would actually try to say, oh, if I give my staff something, if I give them a gift, if I give them a phone, if I give them, some money, I call that benefits in kind. No, that's not. Now, if you give something, right, that can be convertible into money. Let's say, oh, you have a gift, you have a watch, right? Let's say you have a gift voucher, you give it to your staff. That is not benefits in kind. That is what we call perquisites. Why would that be called perquisites? Because that is convertible into money. When your staff takes your watch, they can sell it. They can sell the watch and get money. When your staff gets your voucher, they can sell it. They can make it into money. But benefits in kind is not convertible into money. That means this car, let's say if it's a car, it belongs to the company. The staff cannot take the car and sell it because it belongs to the company, right? The staff cannot take it and sell it away and make it into money. So it's not convertible into money, even though there's monetary value, yeah? So that's the difference between benefit in kind and perquisites. Now, so benefits in kind are things that is not convertible into money, but they has monetary value. And it's provided to the employees. So the benefit cannot be sold, cannot be assigned, cannot be exchanged, right, for cash, right? Because of the employment contract, yeah, or due to the nature of the benefit itself. So, like at a car example, the car belongs to the company. The company cannot just you cannot simply just sell off, yeah. You cannot just simply sell off the car because the car doesn't belong to you, right? But it has monetary value and it's given to you for your usage, yeah. So this is benefit in kind. So paragraph 13(1)(b) of the Inland Income Tax Act says what? If you are an employee, you are using a benefit, right? You're using a benefit given to you by the company. The value of the benefit, the value, or equivalent to the benefit in kind provided to the employee will be the income, will be the gross income of the employee. Well, will be the gross income of the employee. Why? Because there is a benefit enjoyed by the employee, personally enjoyed by the employee. And therefore, why we say when the Motorcar is given to the employee, there will be an income, right, to the employee. Now, but we don't want to look at the employee's perspective, because we know that if you have a benefits in kind, yes, you've got to pay more tax because the income would have increased. But we want to look at the company's perspective, the employer's perspective. Because if I let my employee use a car, right, rightfully, I should be able to get deduction. But in our case, this employer cannot get deduction. Now, first, let's look at what is the value of benefit in kind. Yeah, you may say, hey, if the company gives the car to the employee for his usage, yeah, How much benefit in kind should I put into my employees' EA form? How much should I say that there's an income that goes into my employees' income? Yeah, you know, as benefit in kind. Now, there are two methods over here, right? For car. The first one is called the formula method. Now, what's formula method? It means you take the cost. You take the cost of the asset. Yeah, that means how much the cost of the car divided by the prescribed average lifespan. You divide it by the lifespan. So you have to estimate what is the lifespan of the car. So you get the value each year, right? That annual value of the benefit is the one that you should put into the income of your staff, right? Into the EA form of your staff. But of course, you will say, wow, then it would be a lot, right? You take the cost, you divide it by the lifespan, you know, the average lifespan, and that every year's value would go into the EA form. Yeah, it could be a lot, you know, but right, it can be abated. That means that it can be reduced, it can be a portion. Say if you don't provide for 1 full year, if it's less than a year, if this car is shared with another employee, or there's a usage for business, right? There's a business usage element in the car. Then you can say, oh, only the portion that is used for personal is called a benefit in kind. The portion that is used for business is not benefit in kind. But now, if you use this formula method, I know it's going to be a little bit difficult, right? It's going to be a little bit difficult, or the value could be a lot. So usually we say, okay, if you do want to use a formula method, use the second method. There's a second method over here, yeah? The second method is simple. It's very, very simple. It's called the prescribed value method. Prescribed value method. Now, prescribed value method is so simple that you just refer to this table. Now, this table is actually provided to you in the public ruling, right, issued by the Inland Revenue Board, right? If you go to the Inland Revenue Board's website, you can just search for the public ruling for benefits in kind, and you will see this table, right, at the end of the public ruling, right? There's an appendix, and this table is in there. So this is so simple that if you have a car, a company car, you let your employee use the car, right? You just have to look at the cost of the car when it is new, yeah? Right? If you buy a second-hand car, you got to be careful. You got to look, hey, what is the price when it was new? Don't take the second-hand value, yeah? You look at the cost of the car, right, when it was new. If you buy a new car, then simple, just take the purchase price. If you buy a second-hand car, you got to look at what is the price of this car when it was new. Look at the value, and this is the annual value of the car. This is the annual value of the car that you have to put into your employees EA form. Let's say if you buy a car of 130,000, right? 130,000, so you fall into this, right? So 5,000 is the value of the car. Every year, you just have to put in 5,000 as the value into your employees EA form as benefit in kind value. And if you also supply petrol, let's say the company, right, also pays all the petrol for this car, right, for the usage of the employee, you only have to put in 1,500. Yeah, equivalent to the value of the petrol into the employees EA form. So you don't even have to calculate how much petrol has been spent by the company, right, to be put in as a benefit in kind. So you just take a prescribed value. This is simple. This is very simple. But of course, this value can also be abated. Yeah, can also be a portion. Let's say if you don't provide for 1 whole year, right? If you provide for half a year, just take half of this value. Or if it's shared with another employee, just divide it amongst the employee, right? Divide it amongst the employee. Now, so this is the concept of benefits in kind, right? Concept of benefit in kind. Of course, I don't. If you say, hey, I want to learn more, I want to know more about benefits in kind, well, don't worry, you can always get in touch with us, right? And we will see how we can support you more, right, on answering to your benefits in kind question. Now, but the whole issue right now is not about the employee side. Remember, I was telling you, it's not about the employee side. It's the employer's side. Now, what is the case right now? Now, here, I'm going to share with you one case that happened to our client. What happened to our client? Our client is a food supplier, right? Is a food supplier, and this client purchased some cars, right? Purchased some cars. 3 non-commercial cars. Non-commercial cars will mean like passenger cars, non-commercial cars, not like lorry, bus, you know, not commercial cars, right? Passenger cars. They purchased 3 non-commercial cars in year 2016. 1 non-commercial cars in year 2017. So 4 cars altogether, yeah? 3 in 2016, 1 in 2017, 4 cars altogether. Now, all these motor cars are provided by our client to its employees and director for business use. They say, right, okay, these cars, right, company purchase them, but they are actually giving them to the employees and the director for business use. They say because they need to use car to meet clients, they need to run the business, you know, so we let the employees use the car, all right, by these 4 cars. Well, which is, well, sensible, I would say logical. However, what's the problem? No travel log. No travel log maintained. Because you see, the cars, you claim the cars are for business use, but no travel log. That means, yeah, where the client, where the staff goes, you know, meet which client, you know, close what kind of business, you know, nothing is maintained, you know, no travel log is maintained. And the car is not kept in the client's premises after use. Hey, that means, yeah, these are company cars, yeah, but after using the car, it's not kept with the company one. It's brought back. It's driven back by the employee, by the director, back to their own respective homes, right? Back to their respective homes. You will say, of course, lah, who wants to leave the car in the company, right? Who wants to leave the car in the company? Right? You got the car, of course you will drive it home after you use it, right? Now, I know it's logical. You don't usually leave the car at the client's in the company's premises. You will bring them back, yeah? But you see, when you drive your car home, what do we see over here? Yeah, you see, during working hours, of course, you say I use the car for work lah, for business. But when you drive them home, right? If I ask you, will you use your car during nighttime to bring your family out for dinner, for shopping? You say, well, sometimes I will because I've got a car, right? And then I ask you further, during public holidays, weekends where you don't work, will you use this car provided to you by the company, right, to bring your family out again, right, to shopping, right, to go makan, right, to just have meals, right? Will you do your personal things, right, with this car? You will say, of course, well, I've got a car to use. Why don't I want to use this? Why do I want to leave the car there? Yes, this is called private usage. This is called private usage. Now, once you have got a car, right, given to you by a company and you use it for private usage, if there's element of private usage, this is benefits of which we call benefits in kind. This is benefit in kind already because it's not wholly for business already. And when it's not wholly for business, you would have an element of benefit in kind to be added into the EA form. Yeah. Now, the cost of each car is actually more than 150,000, but there is no benefit in kind reported. Now, this is the problem. Company let the employee use the car, and there is private usage, but no benefit in kind reported in the EA form of the employee, right? And of course, except for the director. Of course, the director, they've covered it. Yeah, the director has reported the benefit in kind, but other employees, no one reported. So what is the issue right now? Now you have seen an issue, right? There is a mismatch now, all right? There's a private usage element, but no benefit in kind. So when the Inland Revenue Board comes and audit our client, they say, hey, you said you bought a lot of car. You say this is for business purpose, but no travel log. How do you prove that this is for business? And then this is not kept in the company's premises. It's like used by the staff for personal use. So how do you prove that this is for business purpose? Why don't I say that this is actually all private usage? Now, when Inland Revenue Board thinks that this car is totally for private usage, not for business use, you know what the Inland Revenue Board then says? They say, hey, these motor car, yeah, all their expenses, all the expenses incurred for the motor car, they are not incurred in the production of gross income. They are not incurred in the production of gross income of the business because there is private usage element in it. See that? Now, that means the Inland Revenue Board is saying these cars, even though it's company car, but it's not used for business because there's no travel log. It's not kept in the company's premises. It's all used by the staff for private use. So all the related expenses, things like, you know, the capital allowance, the higher purchase interest, the upkeep, right, the insurance, the road tax, all of them disallowed. They say this is not for business purpose anymore. These are all private usage. So all of them not deductible anymore. See, it gels back to section 33, right? Because section 33 says all expenses must be incurred in the production of gross income, then only is deductible. When the IRB says, when the Inland Revenue Board says, this is for private usage, it's not even for company because you can't prove, you have no log, you have no travel log, this is, you know, non-deductible. All these expenses non-deductible. So what happened? You see, these are all the expenses, yeah, and also capital allowance, which the Inland Revenue Board disallowed. For all these 3 years, 16, 17, 18, yeah, all the capital allowance, higher purchase interest, upkeep of motor vehicles, totaling 210,000. 210,000 over here, yeah. IRB says, no deduction. I add back everything. You get to pay me more tax and you got to pay penalty as well. 210,000, you know, totaling everything added back except for the director's car, because director's car got benefit in kind. Now, so, hey, how do we argue? How do we argue this? Hey, we tell the Inland Revenue Board, we say, hey, look, all right, IRB, even though there's no travel log maintained, yeah, I know, even though this car is driven back by the employee, right, back home, right, because you don't want to leave the car in the office. You don't want to leave the car in the office. It's so dangerous. Who wants to leave the car in the office and you go back? Yeah, it's so dangerous, what, right? So, of course, the employee will drive the car back. And it can be proven that these employees are in the position of needing a car to use the car for work purpose, because they are in playing roles like salesperson, you know, marketing person. They have to use the car for business. So we analyze the expenses. And we say, okay, look, right, the director has reported, right? The director has reported the benefit in kind. So the director's portion, not an issue, right? So the car for director's use shouldn't be an issue because the benefit in kind element has been taken into account into the director's EA form, right? So director's side, please put aside. Yeah, director's one, no problem. But the employees one, right? The employees one, I say, you know, these cars, right? These cars, yeah, even though, yeah, there is no travel law, but look at their position, right? Look at the position, right? And they can also come up with, you know, some meeting, what you call it, minutes, you know, and also meeting emails, you know, to show that they indeed meet clients. They indeed go out and meet clients. You know, there are emails to prove. They are, what you call it, some meeting minutes to prove, right? And then they indeed able to close some sales. There's some invoices that have been issued thereafter, after they meet these people, you know? So it shows that these cars are not 100% for private use, right? There are a lot of business elements, a lot of business usage in the car. So we tell the Inland Revenue Board, even though you say, right, there is private usage, okay, we agree there is private usage, right? Because these cars are driven back home, it can be used for private usage during nighttime, during weekend, during public holiday. Yes, we agree, but it's not 100% for private use. It's not 100% for private use. So we say, because most of these motor cars are used for business purpose, it's not for private. So I say, let's only add back 1/3. Let's add back only 1/3 because we are able to show to the Inland Revenue Board that most of the time these cars are used for business. Only 1/3 of the time it's for private usage, right? Instead of the entire amount. So we show all the emails and things like that to the Inland Revenue Board and tell them that these cars are used for business purpose, right? So 2/3 should be allowed, 1/3 can be added back. Yeah, of course, we give the documents and of course the EA form of the director as well, okay? Now, after several negotiations, after several documentations provided, they agreed. Yes, IRB agreed. So IRB say, okay, right, based on your analysis, right, we somehow agreed, right, that you admit there is private usage, but not entirely. Only 1/3 of the time this car is used for private. Therefore, out of the 210,000, they now allow 2/3 of it and only add back 70,000. See how much have we saved over here? From 210,000, we reduce it all the way down to 70,000. That means we have reduced 140,000. We have reduced 140,000 of amount being added back, right? And of course, this is the best we can do already because there is really private usage element and there is no benefit in kind, yeah? And therefore, we say, okay, the private usage is here, right? We let you add back 70,000 and 70,000 is then added back, right? And then we managed to reduce the tax and the penalty, right? The tax and the penalty for the client, right? And we help the client save a lot of tax. So what is the rationale to this appeal? right? Why could we appeal? What's the rationale behind? You see, whenever expenses are incurred wholly and exclusively in the production of gross income, it will qualify for tax deduction. That is under Section 33 sub 1, right? Section 33 sub 1 says very clearly, if you incur expenses in the production of gross income, you can get deduction, right? But now when there is a benefit for dual purpose, when this benefit given is for dual purpose, right, you will then have to apportion nicely what is the element of private usage, what is the element of business use. That is something that you need to do, right? When it's used for dual purpose, you got to tell them, like, what is the portion that is for private, what is the portion that is for business, because the director will accept the apportionment and the element of expenditure that relates to the travel of business as deduction. Right? That means if you can apportion well, if you can tell them that, hey, there is really a big portion that is for business, right? They will allow that portion as deduction. Of course, the portion that is for non-business, that has to be added back. Yeah. So this is about how do you justify how much is for business, how much is for private usage. Now, of course, what is the advice that we want to give you, right, to prevent this from happening in future? Actually, the best way to do this is not to add back 1/3. I know you may say, oh, that means next time whenever I have incurred this motorcar expenses, if this car is used for private usage, I must always add back 1/3, is it? No. This is not what I want to advise you, please. This is not what I because if you add back 1/3, there's still a huge amount. There's still a huge amount that will be added back, and you will still have to pay tax. You know, a lot of tax. Yeah. So what we want to advise you is to ensure that you can justify, that this car are mostly used for business. Please have a travel log. This is what I always tell people. Have a travel log, maintain a travel log to record the purposes of traveling, right? If you say you give a car to someone that needs a car for doing business, right? For business purpose. Every time, whenever they go, please have a travel log. A simple one will do. You know, which day, right, they go. What are the dates of travel? The place that they visit, the destination. Who are the persons that they meet, right? The persons that they met, the clients that they met, yeah. And then what are the business that being negotiated back? You know, what's the purpose over there? So when you have this travel log maintained, it's so easy to argue, to tell the Inland Revenue Board that, hey, my car is used for business purpose, you know. But of course, there is still private usage, right? So now, if you want to take into account the private usage, don't use the 1/3 method, because the 1/3 method will cause you pay a lot of tax. Trust me, you will still pay a lot of tax if you use the 1/3 method and say 1/3 is not deductible. So instead of doing that, use BIK. Do the benefits in kind properly. That means you can allow 100%. 100% of the motor car expenses will be fully deductible, no need to add back if you have done the benefit in kind using the table. Remember the table that I showed you? Right? The table that you have earlier, use that table and find out what's the value of the motor car, what's the value of the petrol, right? If you are paying for the petrol as well, put that BIK into the EA form of the employee. Right? Report all the benefits in kind into the EA form of the employee that uses the company's car for non-business purpose, right? If there is a private usage element, the BIK would cover no matter how much usage. Remember, no matter how much usage of private usage element, as long as you have got the BIK using the table, IRB will not disturb you anymore. They will not argue what is the element of private usage anymore, because when there is private usage element, you use the benefit in kind value, that will cover the private usage element. See? So when this is reported, everything will be smooth because your motor car expenses will be fully deductible. But of course, if there's no BIK reported, please ensure, right, prove that the motor car is actually kept in the business premises. If you say this is 100% for company's use, please make sure this car is not even driven back. It's in the company's premises. Have some proof, like take photo, of the car is parked there, things like that. So this is a proof that the car has no private usage, right? If there's no benefit in kind, and of course there's no private usage. So these are the advices that we want to give you to ensure the next time when you are being audited by the Inland Revenue Board, you will not get into trouble. You will not get into trouble. All right. So, as usual, now this is one more case which we have helped our client to reduce the tax reduce the penalty, right, by quite a substantial amount, because 2/3 is now allowed, right? Out of the whole 100%, we took away 67%, yeah? 67% of this issue dropped, yeah? 2/3 is allowed, only 1/3 is being added back. So the exposure becomes so minimal, right? The company only pays a little bit tax, maybe more tax, but not much anymore, right? A small amount, and with a small amount of penalty, of course, yeah? So now again, remind all of you, if you also encounter any issue at any time, right, when you say, oh, I received a tax audit letter from the Inland Revenue Board telling me, oh, this one I've done wrongly, that one I've done wrongly, I have to pay so much more tax, yeah, because of that, yeah, don't worry, don't be scared, yeah. I know a lot of people would be panic, afraid once you receive tax audit letter. Don't be panicked, don't be panicked, don't be afraid. Once you get the letter from the Inland Revenue Board that tells you, oh, this one you have done wrong, that one you have done wrong, or you have to pay so much tax, don't worry, tax us, right? Just message us, go to our Facebook page, either our YYC Advisors Facebook page, or go to my personal Facebook page, right? My own Facebook page, that's Tax Guru Zen Chow. Go there, send us a message, says, I have received a tax audit letter from the IRB, the Inland Revenue Board. Can you help me? We are more than happy to do a complimentary online consultation session for you, right? We are more than happy to do a complimentary online consultation, because over here, like I said, YYC's aim is to help you, solve your tax audit issue. Yeah, that's one of our brand promises over here. We want to help you, proactive care, right? So if you have got any tax audit letter, if you receive that, just drop us a message. You can go to my Facebook page or YYC Advisors Facebook page, send us a message, right? With that tax audit letter, we can do an online consultation for you and see how we can help you to solve these issues. All right, so remember, follow our Facebook page. In that case, yeah, remember to always go to our Facebook page, like it, share it, and follow it, right? So it's like, share, and follow, right? Make sure you follow our Facebook page, because this is the 6th episode already. You see, those that have not followed us, you miss our previous episodes, right? Even though you can go back to the video, right? You can just go to my Tax Guru Zen Chow, go to video session, you will be able to find my previous episodes. But what happened is, you may miss our future episodes next time. So if you don't want to miss our future episodes on Secrets Revealed, remember to follow our page, so that you will get the first-hand information on when are we going to do our next Facebook Live on Secrets Revealed. Okay, so I see a lot of questions coming in already. So now let's go into Q&A session, right? I have got some questions already. Okay, let me just drink some water and I'll answer to your questions right now. Okay, let me just switch back to this slide. And yes, I have got one question here from Shun, right? Shun is asking me this question, saying that, hey Zen, can we just tell the company car is kept in company's premises, the staff take motorbike travel to office? Well, Shun, you can, but like I said, you gotta prove it. For example, take photo of this car being parked in the company, and also you must be able to prove that there is a designated area for this car to be parked. Say you have a car park allocated for it, right? If you are in those office buildings, yeah, you have a season pass for this car to be parked over there. Take photo of it. Or if you say you are in a factory, take photo of the car parked in front of the factory, and then the staff who takes motorbike, right, have the details of this motorbike, say of this staff. Yeah, say that, oh, this is the motorbike that belongs to the staff, and he comes by motorbike. Yeah, so that will be good enough to show that this car has no private usage at all, and you can do 100% deduction, no need to add back 1/3, and no need to do benefit in kind also, because there's no private usage element, because benefit in kind is for private usage element. Yeah, Shun. So yep, thank you so much. I hope you get this. All right, let's go to the next question. Of course, Christy asked, can I have the slide in PDF? Sorry, Christy, we are doing a live session. Yeah, I'm not able to share this PDF. Yeah, but feel free to view our videos from time to time. Yeah, if videos are all in our video session, you can always repeat yourself, view it again and again. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not able to give you the PDF. Yeah, all right. Thank you so much for asking. Lily is asking a very interesting question. How much is the charges? I told you, if you come to us to do if you send us a tax audit letter, it's a complimentary consultation. We don't charge you yet. We don't want to charge you first, because we want to see whether we can help you or not. Once you receive this tax audit letter, if you receive any tax audit letter from the Inland Revenue Board text us first, message us, let us do a complimentary consultation for you first, right? To see whether we can help you or not. Then if we say, hey, this is something that we can argue, this is something that we can fight for you, then only we will tell you, we will give you a quote. And trust me, it will be a very competitive quote, because we will only quote you if we feel we can help you to do it, because we want to solve your issue. We want to save money for you. We want to help you to save your tax, save the penalty, right? And you will be sure that, you know, even though we charge you thereafter, it will be very worth it, because you save much more than our as compared to our charges. Yeah, but remember, it's complimentary consultation at first time, yeah, when you have an tax audit letter. All right, so Lily, hope I've answered this. All right, next one I have Jing Ying Chen. All right, Jing Ying has got this question. Right, let me just look at it. Jing Ying says, if company provide motorcar to director, all right, the motorcar is under director personal name. Wait, so the motorcar is under director's personal name. That means it's not company's car anyway. It's director's own car. Yeah. Now the motorcar are for business use and personal use. Is it BIK to director? All the expenses incurred is add back, right? Now, Jing Ying, this is slightly different than the benefit in kind already, yeah? Because you see, benefit in kind means this car belongs to the company gives it to the director for director's use. That means the car belongs to the company, it's under company's name. But now when you say the car is under director's own name, it should not be even in the company's asset. It's not even the company's fixed asset. So when you say company provide motor car to director, it's not really that case, because the car is not company's car. It's not in the company's fixed asset. It's under director's name. That means the director is using his own car, because it's under his own personal name, using his own car for both business and personal use. Now, when this happened, actually the expenses incurred for the motor car is actually perquisites to the director, because this is director's own car. You know, you help director to maintain his car, not maintain the company's car. You maintain someone else's car and you pay for the director's maintenance. This is actually perquisite to the director. It has to be all added back into the EA form, But I know you will sometimes say, hey, but director use it for business ma, even though it's his own car, I use it for business ma. Now this is where you really need to have a travel log. You really need to have a travel log to show that director uses his own car a lot of times for business use. Even though it's his own car, he uses it for business many times. Then if you pay for his maintenance, right, you can still use the 1/3 rule. Use the 1/3 rule and say this car, even though it's director's own car, but a lot of time this car is used for business. So the company pays for the maintenance and the company will take 2/3 deduction, right? 2/3 of the expenses will be deductible. 1/3 is non-deductible, will be added back. Yeah, but you need to have the travel log, because if you don't have the travel log to show that this car is used for business, IRB will say totally added back, because this is not the company car, this is the director's car. So this is very important, right? And this is not benefit in kind anymore. This is nothing to do with benefit in kind, because it's not even company's car. Yeah, so Jing Ying, please take note of this. Yeah. All right, Cheryl have got this question over here. Cheryl says, hey, sorry, I put up the wrong one. Let me just go back up to Cheryl's question. Hey, where was it? Hold on. Yeah, Cheryl. Okay, Cheryl has got a question. GM used company car. I request him record the meter when reach home and office. Even go out for meet customer or other business. Is it useful? Yes, this will be useful. Trust me, this will be useful, because this will show what is the usage for business and what is the usage for normal private. Yeah, because when you say to meet customer for business use, you have all the meter recorded, right? The mileage recorded, right? It shows very clearly, you know, how much of this car is used for company use and how much is it used for private use. But the easiest way is, Cheryl, if you don't want to record all this meter, just do a benefit in kind. Just use the value of the car, do a benefit in kind, and put this benefit in kind into this GM, into your GM's EA form. And then no matter how much private usage also doesn't matter already. You know, that's the best thing about BIK. You do benefit in kind, no matter how much private usage of this by this GM, it doesn't matter already, because you already put in the value of benefit in kind into his EA form, right? So do that so that you don't really need all this meter anymore. All right. Okay. Next one, I have Shun again. Shun is asking, Zen, can I claim all the car expenses which the vehicle under director name but has declaration of trust? Okay, Shun, this is slightly different than what previously Jing Ying was asking, right? Now, Shun, if you say you have a trust deed, that means you say this car is under director's own name, but you have a trust deed to say that the car, even though under director's own name, but it's only held on trust, right? It's only held on trust, yeah. And this is actually a company's car. That means this car will rightfully become a company's car already. It can go into the company's EA form, goes into company's EA form. Company's account asset, not EA form. Sorry, goes into the company's asset balance sheet, and the company would own the car in his balance sheet. And when the company gives the director uses the car, just do the normal benefit in kind. Just do the benefit in kind as usual, and then everything will be deductible already. All the expenses will be deductible already. Yeah, because you have a trust deed. Yeah, so the trust deed becomes very important. Okay, next. Agnes is asking, how can we find new car price for second-hand car? Well, Agnes, I know it's a bit challenging. Yeah, new car price for second-hand car. Yeah, you need to go back to history, if you buy a second-hand car, let's say from this original owner, see if you can have some documentation from the original owner. Hey, how much did you buy the car last time? Can I have an invoice from you? Now, if you don't have that, then you probably have to do some research. Go backwards and see what was the history, right? Search online and see what was the original new price for this car last time. So this is some research that you have to do if you buy a second-hand car, or just ask from the second-hand car dealer. They will definitely have some information, historical information about the price when it was new. So this is what you need to do benefit in kind if you buy second-hand car. All right, Vivian Lee is asking, but I see most tax agents even have BIK also add back 1/3. So is there any public willing to read this? Now, Vivian, if you actually have put in benefit in kind already, if you have already done benefit in kind, it will be deductible, right? So if you say the tax agent add back 1/3, even though the benefit in kind is there, you know what? Change your case to us. Bring your case to us. Let us be your tax agent. We will be sure, right? When we see everything is in proper order, we will not add back. We will not add back the 1/3 for you, right? So yeah, don't worry about that, because benefit in kind is to take into account the private usage. When you have benefit in kind already, you have covered the private usage already. You don't have to add back 1/3 anymore. Yeah, Vivian, right? So if you ask me if there's any public ruling to read about this, now I would say there's a public ruling on benefit in kind, but I don't think that one talks about how much is deductible from the company side lah. Yeah, so you probably have to refer to some case laws. Yeah, okay. All right, next one is Sharon Tay. Sharon Tay asks, the motor vehicle was reported under BIK under employees EA form. Then do we still need to maintain or record the travel log? Now, Sharon, I would suggest, if you have that, that would be great. That would be great, because you see, benefit in kind, yes, even though you have already done, right? I've already done, but I do not want the Inland Revenue Board to straight away jump into a conclusion and say this is totally a private usage car. There's no element of business at all, and therefore this benefit in kind is not sufficient, right? I do not want them to say that. So if you have a travel log, that would be great. But if you don't have, right, as long as you have put under the BIK already, it's pretty safe already. I would say it's pretty safe already. So you maybe just need to justify a little bit things like, this person who uses the company car, he needs to use the car to go out sometimes. So there's some email correspondence, right? There are some meeting minutes, but done by this person, right? To show that this person needs to use car to go out, right? So it's not like entirely the person need not to use car to do business, right? To do for business purpose. So if you got some of these documentations like email, that will be great also, because you have already taken into account BIK. Like I said, once you have done BIK, right? The private usage element, you don't have to prove like how much already. You don't have to prove how much is the private usage element anymore. Yeah? As long as you can prove, right, this car is still used for business, right? Of course, there is private usage element, and you have used the BIK, you have done the BIK correctly, that will be good enough. Of course, with the travel log, that will definitely help you to justify that this car is not 100% used for private. There is private business usage in it. Okay. All right. Next one, I have VK Co. VK Co is asking, so that means to put the follow the BIK table amount accordingly to amount add to employee EA form, so no need to do the travel log. Okay, same like I answered to Sharon, yeah, BIK code. Now, I would say the travel log is not compulsory anymore. If you have that, that would be great. It would be really good. But if you don't have a travel log, you need to have some other justification to say that, oh, my staff that is using the car, right, as benefit, yeah, right, there's a benefit in kind over there. It's not like 100% totally private. It's not totally private thing, yeah. There is still some business usage in it, yeah. So substantiated by some emails, you know, by some meeting minutes and things like that. So travel log is not something compulsory anymore. But if you have that, that would be so great, lah. That would be so great for you to justify, yeah. Okay, next one is Jason. Jason Tan is asking, to determine the motor vehicle more than 5 years, should based on tarikh pendaftaran or tahun dibuat? Very good question. So Jason, I think you probably know that when a car is more than 5 years, then the benefit in kind can be half, right? When it's more than 5 years, the benefit in kind can be half, right? Now, what happened here is if you buy a totally brand new car, right? A totally brand new car, yeah, you can use a tarikh pendaftaran, no problem. If it's a totally brand new car, you can use tarikh pendaftaran. But what happened is I want to remind you on second-hand car, right? Or even recon car sometimes, yeah. Second-hand car also you can use the original tarikh pendaftaran. Now, that's not an issue, right? Original tarikh pendaftaran. But if you buy a recon car, you need to ensure that this car, what was the year that it was made before it was being reconditioned, because reconditioned car, you cannot just say, oh, this is new. It's not new. A reconditioned car is not new, yeah. You got to go back to the year it was made in the other countries. You may probably don't have the registration date. You only have the make date, yeah. So you got to use that date already, yeah. So be very careful when you buy recon car. But if it's a new car over here in Malaysia, the tarikh pendaftaran is good. That is good enough. All right. So let's carry on. We have here from David Koo. David Koo asks, remiser can claim tax deduction on car depreciation? No, David, depreciation is always not deductible one. Please remember, yeah, there is no deduction given for depreciation. But what you can do is, now as a remiser, if you say, I am doing my self-employed business, right? As a remiser, you are actually doing business income, right? As self-employed maybe, yeah? Then if you can prove that, hey, this car is used for business, then you can claim capital allowance, right? Not the depreciation, but the capital allowance for your car. Okay, David Koo? All right, next I have Jing Ying also. Jing Ying is asking this question. If company did not provide parking to the motor car, the company will do travel log. Is it still need to add back 1/3? Now, Jing Ying, you see, if you do travel log, right, are you able to show that 100% of all the distance covered by this car, yeah, is purely for business? Are you able to do that? Now, if you say can, I can just total up all my mileage, right? And all this is actually all for business, and you will see this car, apart from business and apart from the company back to home, right? That distance is also covered. There will be no other usage. There will be no more other usage for private. If you can show that, then no need to add back 1/3. But I would tell you, not possible, because you cannot control, you know, this stuff after bringing the car back home to use this for private use, unless really this person never even use it for private use, yeah. Then yes, with the travel log, add up all the business traveling, including the mileage from office back to home, just back to home and back to office, no more other usage, or everything adds up to the total mileage of the car. If you can do that, then 100% for business use, if you can really maintain that, right? But if you can't, most of the time you have to add back 1/3, right? So again, I would say, if you can prove it, then yes, 100% for business use. All right. Okay, next is Hui Ming. Hui Ming is asking this question. BIK value based on new car purchase. Value will be used from year 1 onwards. Till years, I mean after 5 years, still same BIK to state in employee CFM. Now, Hui Ming, just like what I have answered to who was it just now? Jason just now, yeah? When you buy a car when it was new, of course you use the BIK value in the table. But once the car is more than 5 years, right? Once the car becomes old, it's more than 5 years already, then what you do is you will halve it. You halve the value in the benefit in kind table, but you only have the value of the car, yeah, not the value of petrol, yeah. Now, value of petrol stays the same. Please don't have the value of petrol, yeah, right? If you provide petrol, you only have the value of the car. So if you say you use a car, from year 1 to year 5, well, it's still the full value of the car. But once after 5 years, in the 6th year, you can halve it, right? You can halve it to half of the value and put that halved value into the EA form of your employee, right, Hui Ming? All right, next one I have Irene. Irene here asks, what about if the car is hiring from other company? Is it have to report BIK? Now, Irene, if you say you hire a car, right, then the company needs to pay rental, right? Needs to pay rental. So again, you see, for the rental to be 100% deductible, from the rental of car to be 100% deductible, it must be fully used for business, right? So if you say there is private usage in it, again, benefit in kinds will come out lah. If you don't have benefit in kind, the rental of car may not be 100% deductible already. See that? So that's why even if you hire a car, but you also have to do the benefit in kind because the car is now the company's rented car already. Irene? All right. Sally Chuck is asking, BIK have to do in monthly salary PCB, right? Yes, exactly. You are right, Sally. If you do benefit in kind, you have to take care of the BIK, the PCB, the monthly tax deduction as well. Because every month when there is a benefit in kind given to the car, you have to calculate the PCB. All right, Sally? All right, wow, a lot more questions. I'll just quickly answer to a few more questions, yeah? Vivian is asking, the car in the director name, but there is a resolution that the company is for the company. Will it be company asset? Now, Vivian, just a resolution is not good enough. You need to have a trust deed, yeah? Speak to your company secretary how to do a trust deed, right? So that this car becomes a company's car, company's asset, yeah? You need a trust deed, right? You want to make the director holding the car in trust, okay? Next is Louis. Louis is asking, if we start include BIK this year, but the car already 10 years old. So if we use the first method to calculate BIK, how to determine the lifespan? Wow, okay. Now, if you use the first method, right, you see, you got to look at, it's going to be a bit difficult, yeah, because the car is already 10 years old, right, and you want to use the first method, the value method, yeah. The lifespan is you're going to determine what is the remaining lifespan, no? What's the remaining lifespan of this car, and what is the value of this car as of now, no? Which is a little bit difficult, I would say, yeah, seriously, it will be a little bit difficult. That's why I always advise you use the table method. If it's already 10 years old, you can half it already. You can half the value, which is usually more beneficial, and trust me, if you use the value method, you gotta estimate what's the balance lifespan, you know, what's the value of the car right now, right, to determine what's the value per year. All right, Luis? So I will still advise you to use the table method. Okay, you is asking this question to add on previous question by Jingying. If it is under director personal name but trusted to company and reported is bracket, is that okay? Yes. Can, no problem. When this car is under director's personal name, you do a trust deed. This car will legally become a car, an asset of the company. It becomes an asset of the company. Then it becomes a company's car. You let the director use it. You just do BIK. Then that would be great already. Yeah, okay? Very good. Next one, I have Quay. Quay is asking for IBA claim. What a type of workshop? Quay, this question is not really relating to today's topic. IBA is about industrial building allowance. Now, I tell you, there are lots of different workshops. Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of conditions that you need to fulfill, right, in order to claim IBA. I can't explain the whole thing to you right now, but you know what, Quay? If you really want to know more information about this, just text us, right? Send us a private message. Right, so that our team can get to you and see how we can assist you, Quay, yeah? Because this question is not really relating to today's topic. Okay, VK Co says put the BIK in employee EA form so that expenses of the car, right? So 100% deductible in company's account. Yes, exactly. That's right. If you do BIK in the employee EA form, all the expenses for the Motorcar will be 100% deductible. No need to add back 1/3 already. Because you see, the 1/3 is a private usage, but you already do the private usage. You have already put in BIK, right, as private usage already. So you don't have to add back 1/3 anymore. You can allow 100% deduction already. Okay. All right. We have here Lee F. Chu. Okay. Lee is asking if car under employee name is used by the company, can the company claim all expenses? Just like what I've answered earlier, Lee, if this is not a company's car, whatever you pay to maintain the employee's car is a perquisite to the employee. It goes into the income, it goes into the income of the employee into the EA form as perquisites. So to justify that, hey, this car is used a lot for company, I do not want to just put it into the EA form of the staff, then you would need to have a travel log, right, to maintain the travel log to say that this car is used mostly for company's usage, for business usage. Then only the company needs to pay the maintenance because the car is used for company. then with that, yeah, you can add back only 1/3 of all these expenses. Yeah, add back only 1/3, 2/3 will be allowed, but you must be able to prove that car under employee's name is used for company. That is what you need to prove. If you can't prove, why do you want to maintain a staff car? This is not even the company's car, it's a staff car. You pay for the staff. This is a perquisite to the staff. You need to add it into the staff's EA form already, you know, as an income. If you don't do that, then this is private. This is private use expenses. This is not even company's expense already. So be very careful with that, yeah? All right, Stanley is asking, okay, I'll just answer a few more. Wow, it's 12 o'clock. Okay, let me quickly answer the rest. Stanley is asking, Zen Motorcar BIK is tax deductible to the company. How do you reflect in staff EA form? Staff need to pay extra personal income tax. Stanley, BIK is not a deductible expense. Please don't get me wrong. BIK, benefit in kind, is a value where you calculate, right, using the value of the car, and you put it directly into the EA form. So this value is only reflected into the staff EA form, and the staff needs to pay more tax, needs to pay more personal income tax for as a staff, right? Because there's a value given to you into your EA form. So for the company, you don't get deduction for the BIK, because what you get is all the deductions for the motor car expenses, all the insurance, upkeep, you know, maintenance, all the expenses for the motor car, you get 100% deduction. So the BIK, you don't get another deduction. BIK is just a value to calculate what's the private usage. You put into the EA form of the staff pays more tax. All right, I have Leon here. My existing tax agent showed me this article under 8.0 CPA tax and investment review, which is reluctant to fully deduct the tax expenses, even though I have trusted to the company and paid to the company. Okay, Leon, all right. Now, if on this, yeah, if you think you want to want our advice further, if you want us to advise you further, feel free to send us, you know, this article and show us the case, right? We are more than happy to help you to see if we can help you on something. Yeah, drop us a message. Remember, PM us, right? PM us. Go to our YYC advisors Facebook page or my own tax guru Zen Chow Facebook page. Drop us a message and see if we can, you know, meet you up or get more information from you to see, you know, what is this all about and how we can help you to get full deduction. Ken, all right. All right, next one, Vivian. Thank you, Vivian. You say I've answered to all. Well, Vivian has another question right now. Okay, I'll answer to Vivian. Sole prop, if the car under sole prop name but not the enterprise name, can claim CA. Can. Sole proprietorship actually equal to individual. Even though it's under individual's name, not under the sole proprietorship, not under the business name, you can still claim CA, right? No problem, right? The only thing is, Vivian, you got to take care, yeah? If it's under sole proprietorship, yeah, you know there is private usage, right? You know there will be private usage, right? So there will be 1/3 of the capital allowance being added back, okay? All right, Silhar is asking if the car belongs to sole prop, what's the difference between the Sandra Berhad and okay, just like what I said, Silhar, like how I answered to Vivian, yeah. If you are a sole prop, right? If you're a sole prop, you would actually this would actually mean this car is an individual's car because the sole proprietor is an individual, so there will be private usage. So most of the time, what we do is we say 1/3 of this motor car expenses is added back because it's private usage. Because when it comes to sole proprietorship, you can't use the benefit in kind thing, right? You can't use the benefit in kind because you can only buy the car under individual's name. Even though you put under business name, it still means individual, right? Because this is an individual's asset. Yeah. So when it's sole prop, the BIK thing will not work anymore, right? You gotta use the add back 1/3 method. All right. Okay, I'll answer to maybe just 5 more questions, just there's too many questions. All right, 5 more questions, right? Okay, next one, I'll say there is this VK code, buy the parking coupon with receipt, still need to keep parking coupon. VK, this is not really relating to benefit in kind, so I'll just skip this. Okay, we have Eric what about employees using their car for company's business purpose and company paid for petrol maintenance and also road tax? Can the company claim all these expenses? Yes. Well, okay. Again, I mean, Eric, it's the same thing. If you pay for employees' own car, you pay for all their cars, yeah, expenses, yeah. Of course, petrol, no problem. Petrol is okay, yeah, because they say they claim petrol for business trip, no problem. But other things like road tax maintenance, these are all employees' own cars, you know. These are all employees' own car, you know. You got to put this as perquisites back into the employee's EA form. Unless you can prove, unless you got the travel log to prove that the car is mostly used for business, then only you say, okay, I add back 1/3 only. I add back 1/3 only, all right? So this is what I have been always saying, Eric. Okay, VK code. car provided to company to employee, not for marketing, but to go bank, pay utilities, buy office goods and other business purpose. You have to got log off. I mean, going to bank, paying utilities for the companies are all business purpose also, ma. You have the log. If you have the log, then of course the expenses for the car you add back one third only. Otherwise, the whole thing may not be allowable. Yeah, all right. So okay, all right. Vivian say, car more than 5 years, is it half the BIK to add into EFM? Yes, more than 5 years, you only take half of the value of the car, right? Half of the value of the car. But the problem here is only the value of the car can be half, not the petrol, yeah? Petrol cannot be half, yeah, right? Only the value of the car. All right. Wow, a lot more questions, right? I can't answer to all of them. I'll just pick maybe 2 more because it's 12:07 already, right? We always want to keep our Facebook live session in just 1 hour, right? So let's go down to, okay, I answered to someone that have not answered to and have not asked me a question, like Nelson, right? Nelson says, if the petrol claims more than the annual prescribed benefit, which means need to add back as disallowed. No need. Nelson, this is something very, very good from the company's perspective. You see, if the company owns a car and let the client and let the employee uses the car, right? What will happen here is no matter how much, right? No matter how much the company spend on petrol, as long as you use the value in the table, that is good enough for benefit in kind. That is good enough for benefit in kind. You don't have to calculate the excess or whatever, right? So that's the best thing of benefit in kind. You do benefit in kind, you only take the value of the petrol as per the table, put it into the EA form, no matter how much the company is paying for petrol, right? So this is what it means, yeah? And the petrol can be fully deductible. No need to add back anything already. The petrol will be fully deductible, yeah, Nelson? So this is why I say benefit in kind is really good. All right, I'll just probably answer to one last question on someone who have not asked me question before. Okay, this is Carmen, right? I'll just answer to Carmen's question. Carmen say, if staff personal car used for business purpose, only petrol and toll was claimed. Okay, personal car used for business purpose, only petrol and toll was claimed. Whole year petrol and toll is below 6,000 within the traveling expenses exemption. Do we still need to keep track of any record of traveling? Now, Carmen, if you say this is only the staff is only claiming the toll and petrol, as long as you can have a record, this toll is for what trip, this petrol is for what trip, and this trip is for business trip, right? Totally, you don't even have to use the traveling exemption, the traveling expenses exemption. You don't even have to use that because this is not a traveling allowance. The traveling expenses exemption is an allowance given, yeah? Then only you get exemption. This will become a running expenses of the business, right? This is the business running expenses already. So as long as you have a record to say, yeah, this petrol is for this trip, to meet this client. This toll is for this meeting to this client. Everything will be a company's expense, right? Totally deductible, fully deductible. No need to do BIK. No need to use the traveling exemption at all, right? You just have to record what trip is this petrol for, what trip is this toll for. That's all. All right. Okay. I have really answered a lot of questions, right? But I really have to stop here because we usually do for just 1 hour. And now it's already 12:09. Okay. So thank you so much, right? Thank you so much for all your time. Thank you so much for all your time for joining us. I know you probably would have a lot more questions over there, right, that you want to ask. Now, let me remind you, if you've got any issues, right, when you receive tax audit letter, please don't be afraid. Don't be panicked, right? Come to us, send us a message, send us the tax audit letter, and we are here to help you. We are here to help you to solve your tax audit issue. Don't be afraid when you see the IRB, the Indian Revenue Board, right, slap you with a big amount of tax and penalty. Don't be afraid, right? Because we want to solve your tax audit issue. All right. Okay. So once again, thank you very much. Thank you so much for joining me for more than 1 hour right now. More than 1 hour already. And remember, follow our page, follow our YYC advisors, follow my own page, Tax Guru Zen Chow, because now every week, right, or every alternate week, we will have this new episode coming up, right? We will have a new topic coming up on techniques to solve tax audit issues. All right, so stay tuned with us. Follow us on Facebook so that you get the first-hand information on all our latest updates. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you all. I can see a lot of messages coming in to thank me. You're welcome. Yeah. And I will see you again next time in our next episode of Secrets Revealed, Techniques to Solve tax audit issues. All right. So till then, take care. Have a nice week ahead. It's Friday, right? Have a nice week ahead, and I shall see you again next time. All right. Bye bye. Take care. Take care. All. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Bye bye.
我相信我可以，有目标就往上爬。你相信你可以。